Creativity is an infamously nebulous concept which has eluded a clear definition ever since its inception. One aspect that we have been able to lock down is that in some way, creativity is related to solving problems. In fact, some academics believe that problem finding is just as important as problem solving. What then is a problem? We run into problems all the time in everyday life, but are they the same as the creative problems that artists both find and solve? It is said that creative problems are ill-defined. They are complex and demanding with unclear goals. A more common form of problem is the well-defined problem, a more simple problem with a more obvious answer. If inventing the car is an ill-defined problem, then finding your keys is a well-defined problem. However, this is not to say that well-defined problems have no place in a discussion of creativity. Creativity can be said to exist on a spectrum and in several stages. Taking the scenic route while driving is not an act of creativity in itself. However, it can be seen as a part of living a more creative life, a stepping stone to a future creative act. Maybe the scenery inspires you, or the drive gives you time to reflect, or the music you're listening to is a catalyst for a future project. The way you approach these well-defined problems can impact the creativity in your life. Crossing the road is perhaps the most banal, everyday, well-defined problem we encounter, and even something like that could be approached in a novel way if you really set your mind to it. Again, choosing the more interesting solution to a well-defined problem cannot be considered an act of creativity. However, we believe that the way you approach the well-defined problems that you encounter can result in a life which is conducive to creativity. Just like creativity exists on a spectrum, so do well-defined and ill-defined problems. Finding your keys is a very well-defined problem. Picking an outfit, that's still well-defined, but less so. All your materials are present, but there are more ways to approach it and less of an exact answer. Several outfits could be the right one, and they might be different for different people. Designing a room becomes even more ill-defined. There are more stages, more options, and therefore more choices. The discernment of choices is an important part of distinguishing between well-defined and ill-defined problems, and it can be seen in everyday life just like it can be seen in major creative projects. So how does this help us answer the question of where is the creativity in everyday life? Well, the answer is that it's everywhere if you choose to live that way. It can be in all the little choices you make every day in response to those well-defined problems. Creativity is kind of like a stream. You can get your feet wet with a few well-defined problems, a scenic route to work here, a fancy way of crossing the road there. Soon, the stream starts to quicken. A broadened wardrobe, a decorated room. Maybe someday, the stream is a river, and you're off writing the next great novel. So go get started. Go get your feet wet.